Back in 2014, a middle-aged couple in Northern California accidentally stumbled across 1,400 gold coins while walking their dog. The old coins were likely stolen from a coin minting factory back in the gold rush era of California and hidden underground for a couple hundred years. The individual coins were auctioned off and ended up raising $11 million. The couple has chosen to stay anonymous and refuses to disclose where they found the gold to prevent a false gold rush in their area. Most of their $11 million profit was donated to charity. The British are constantly sweeping their own land with metal detectors in hopes of finding ancient treasures and trinkets lost in history. In 2001, one such hobby treasure hunter, a retired electrician, was sweeping a grassy field with his metal detector, hoping to find something valuable in the dirt. He unwittingly uncovered this bona fide treasure, a 3.5-ounce cup carved from 20-karat gold. The 3,500-year-old cup was made around the same time Stonehenge was built and was valued at 270,000 British pounds, or roughly 390,000 US dollars. The Silverdale Hoard is the name given to one of the largest caches of Viking silver ever found. This massive find was uncovered in North Yorkshire a few years ago in 2011 and is comprised of 1,000-year-old silver heirlooms, including 90 silver Viking coins with the name of an unknown Viking king minted into it. The mysterious hoard is still being analyzed to this day with hopes of uncovering more details of Viking history and culture. The continued study of the treasure makes the monetary value unclear, but the Silverdale Hoard is estimated to be worth at least 100,000 British pounds, or about 145,000 US dollars. A sunken ship full of nearly 600,000 gold and silver coins was found at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean by a private treasure hunting company called Odyssey Marine. A priceless hoard of gold coins and handcrafted gold chains were found inside the ship, which was called the frigate Mercedes, and became the center of a controversy when Spain claimed ownership over the gold. A legal battle between Spain and Odyssey Marine ensued and lasted a half a decade before the Spanish government prevailed. In 2015, Spain finally flew their 17 tons of priceless coins across the Atlantic. This massive load of treasure was found in 2009 when a farmer in central England lost a tool in his field and called a friend with a metal detector to scan for it. In search of a farm tool, Terry accidentally uncovered the largest single hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold ever found. As excavators dug up the field, they found a total of 3,500 pieces of gold, silver, and garnet that would total to 3.285 million British pounds, or 5.75 million US dollars, split in half by the man who owned the land and the man who found it. Amateur divers were exploring an old sunken dock off the coast of Israel when they discovered 2,000 gold coins hidden in the seabed. The centuries-old currency was miraculously unharmed by age or water damage at the bottom of the ocean. There is no current estimated monetary value of the 20 pounds worth of coins, but they are considered extremely rare and valuable to historians. Even at the time of their minting in 900 AD, they were considered a royal sum of cash. One of the most exciting and largest treasures on this list has come close to being discovered, but actually hasn't been found yet. In 2010, the successful art dealer, hobby treasure hunter, and eccentric millionaire Forrest Fenn had the idea of hiding a huge fortune in a treasure chest and burying it somewhere for someone else to find. Fenn hopes to share the fun and thrill of treasure hunting, which he has enjoyed throughout his life, with others. If you were to discover Fenn's treasure with a set of 9 clues he has put out, you would be looking at a sweet 1 to 3 million US dollars cash out of gold nuggets and precious stones. For 17 centuries, a farm in Frome, Somerset, was the hiding place for the biggest hoard of Roman coins ever found in Britain. Another British hobby metal detectorist was sweeping the field when he uncovered a massive clay pot buried in less than a foot underground. The 350-pound treasure trove was eventually valued at 3.3 million British pounds. That's more than 4.7 million US dollars. In 1990, during Afghanistan's civil war, the Taliban targeted the National Museum and tried to destroy all of the exhibits inside, before they realized all the valuable goods inside were already taken away and hidden somewhere else. For more than a decade, these priceless heirlooms of Afghan history were lost, until finally in 2003, this cache of lost treasure called Tilla Tepe, or the Golden Mound, when it was rediscovered, it was made up of 228 objects like weapons, gold and brass objects, and tools from 2200 BC to 200 AD, all of which are essential artifacts of ancient Afghan culture. In Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal, a massive load of treasure was uncovered in the old royal palace. When the disused Hanumantoka Palace was being renovated in June 2011, workers found an old storage room that was packed with gold coins and other valuable offerings. It's thought that these treasures were probably offerings to the gods and goddesses. Excavators estimate the find to be about 650 pounds of shiny treasure. 60 rare gold artifacts were found in a shipwreck near Florida back in 2015. The ship was sailing from Cuba to Spain in 1715 and was meant to deliver a large payload of gold to the Spanish king Philip V, but was ultimately wrecked in a hurricane off of Florida. Professional scuba divers dove just 15 feet to find this hoard, valued at over $1 million. This treasure has survived against all odds. It spent nearly 3,000 years buried in dirt in northern Iraq before it was dug up and immediately locked into a vault. In there, it lived through a residence with Saddam Hussein's son, looters, a flood, a grenade explosion, and even U.S. missile strikes. The collection of treasure is made up of 100 pounds of gold, priceless stones, and other royal ornaments made in 800 BC. This hardy treasure is so valuable that they are considered to be priceless pieces of history and culture. In 2011, a mind-blowingly expensive vault of treasure underneath a Hindu temple in southern India was opened to find a giant cache of treasure. The Indian Supreme Court ordered a search of the vault, which had not been opened for more than a century. Underneath the temple were actually 6 separate vaults that were filled with an old royal family's donations to the temple deity, all of which were filled with objects carved out of gold, diamond-encrusted statues, and other extremely valuable treasures. Only 5 out of the 6 vaults were initially opened because the 6th one had an unusual series of locks with a snake on the seal. Apparently, if this vault were to be opened, it would unleash a bad omen. Regardless, the contents of the vaults are astronomical, with estimates starting at a conservative $22 billion.